Jamie Gallus alongside Tommy Kendall down this long straight. Dorsey Schrader goes to the lead, passes Scott Sharp, 175 miles an hour down through this dip. And look at the car twitch.
Dorsey Schrader's cast incredibly quick down the straight, which these Fords are. There's no doubt about it. Tommy Kendall there again gets boxed in. Whoa, and there's that prize cob coming up.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing. Young Jamie Gallus is making a really stunning display right here, too. You can see he is right behind his own teammate, Ron Fellows. Scott Sharp now dropping back one more possession. Fellows slams up the outside, and Jamie Gallus also.
Jamie Gallus looks in the mood like he might be going after his teammate Ron.
Just amazing display right now by young Gallus. So Ford is leading right now at Dorsey Schrader. Ron Fellows, Jamie Gallus, the two teammates from AER Racing. Buzz McCall's team down through the S's. Beautiful track here. Here's a replay, David. Take us through.
Coming down to that turn 6 area, there's Ron Fellows in the background, Sharp in the front. Dorsey Schrader right behind him as they file through turn 6. Ron Fellows now comes right up to Dorsey Schrader. And here we see that take for the lead down the back straightaway. And look at the speed that Ford's got as he slashes past Scott Sharp on that long, fast straight, 170 miles an hour down into that dip.
A real display of horsepower and driving there. As you can see, he was putting his car out of the damp part of the circuit, so took a bit of a risk there because wheel spin, I think, would have put him sideways at a horrendous speed.
So, Dorsey Schrader still leading this race. The car looking a little bit weavy as it goes through that dip, but then, of course, they are doing 170 miles an hour. Loses all the road coming out of turn 11. Ron Fellows not far behind him. Both of them putting a little bit of daylight between themselves now, and Jamie Gallus, and now Tommy Kendall's really on the warpath.
Tom Kendall maybe finally getting the bit in his teeth. There's a lot racing coming our way today, so don't go away.
It's Country Star Jamboree at Six Flags. Come join our bonanza of a celebration. Enjoy arts and crafts, special exhibits, festive foods, and foot-stomping shows every day, September 2nd through the 10th, plus weekends in September. Featuring in concert this Saturday, Joe Diffie. Pick up big savings on your Six Flags admission with discount coupons from Burger King. And come out for Country Star Jamboree, only at Six Flags over Georgia.
At the new Home Shopping Network, you set the rules.
Like more regular programs, so I can find just what I want.
Why should I compromise? I want quality and great value.
Give me all the details. Tell me everything.
2 in the morning, I want customer service. I get it.
New things, unusual things.
Just keep them coming.
It's your home. Shouldn't you set the rules? Home Rules. America's first home shopping network serves you best.
Everybody clear on the rules.
Final word in racing with the highlights and the lowlights. If it's got a motor and somebody races it, chances are you'll find it on Pit Road. The final edition every Sunday, live on Sports South.
Welcome back to Road Atlanta. Bill Adam and David Hobbs, Chris McClure in the pits today, enjoying great Trans Am racing here at one of the great circuits of the United States. Down at the far end of the circuit, it looks like Fellows maybe is closing on Dorsey, David.
He is indeed. There's no doubt about it. He'll be past door now. Let's see how quick the Ford is down this straightaway as they come off turn 7 here, scrubbing for grip. There's all that mud on the road on the exit to there. This is where the Ford's got the advantage. It pulls away down the back straightaway here. I think they've got good horsepower.
Boy.
And then, of course, here comes Tommy Kendall, also going extremely quick down the straightaway. But when they get to the dip, that's Jamie Gallus there.
It certainly does look like the Ford does have some horsepower in that motor. And look at the Camaro closes right up under braking. Oh, and look at this. Now, here's a good chance.
Wow, if he pulls that off, it's a miracle.
He's going to get him. Down the inside,
Whoa.
Dorsey made a mistake. Ron Fellows is now our leader in this Trans Am. Dorsey just a fraction wide, and look at his windshield wipers going.
Which I'm sure he doesn't like, because that's probably started that accidentally, and that'll be smearing his screen. There's no doubt about it. The combination of Ron Fellows, his crew chief, Will Moody, and that Chevrolet is pretty dynamite when it comes to cornering and braking. It has got just tremendous grip compared to any other car out there.
It's a great balancing situation right now. It appears that the Fords have a little bit of a horsepower advantage. The Chevrolet is definitely the better car through the corner. Here's a replay, David.
I mean, this is coming to turn 12. These guys are going 135 mile an hour here. Not the sort of place where you want to be aced out. And Dorsey Schrader gave him plenty of race room there, had to lift out of the throttle to let him through, which of course will have put him back. Look at it again.
Boy, what a nice piece of driving on both drivers' parts.
Dorsey Schrader absolutely had to give best, but Ron Fellows was not going to give up either.
And a good point, too. Those wipers just are enough to take away some concentration from Dorsey Schrader. Let's get back down to Chris McClure.
Well, Ronnie Fellows has run to the front. He's running soft on the front in terms of tire compound. Last year, left front, you went 600. This year, 430. Will Moody, is that a risk, a calculated one here?
It's a calculated risk. We thought with all the rain that the track would be pretty green, and it might be pretty hard to keep grip with a 600 left front. That's why we went with a 430.
And now you cross your fingers and wait.
Well, I think the weather is still in our favor in that regard.
I would have to agree.
A little bit of rain right now. I think we're all right.
Fellas, I have to agree with him. I think that's probably a good call at this point.
It sure looks like it's a good call, Chris, as Ron Fellows is stretching out a lead every lap a little bit more. And right now, Dorsey Schrader is boxed behind.
Whoa.
Don Sack, almost contact there, in fact.
He did touch him. That's turn 4. That's pretty quick there.
And the next three competitors very tight. Look at how Kendall was able to close up because those cars were boxed in. Right on Jamie Gallus' back bumper now.
Look at the lead that Ron Fellows has got already. I mean, his car is just crushing this year, isn't it?
And Dorsey is leaving. Why is he leaving those wipers going?
They may not want to switch off. He perhaps can't find the switch. You know, when you're in the race car there, some of these things don't fall easy to hand. Maybe the switch has even fallen off.
Possibility. You can see Raynek's car all the way back in 5th place now. Scott Sharp, who is our pole sitter, has dropped back to 5th. Tom Candle running up in 4th place, just off the bumper at Jamie Gallus's car. So great battles.
Drafting down the straightaway there. There's Boris Said.
Boris Said, and then look at this Highway Master Battalion. All three cars, nose to tail, down the back straight.
That made a good photograph for them. They'll get the publicity leaflet out.
I think they'd rather have it running 1, 2, 3 as opposed to back a few places, but onto the front straight one more time. Ron Fellows is extending his lead very dramatically at this point. That is 2, 3, and 4. Dorsey, Jamie Gallus, and Tommy Kendall. Looks like
Gallus
Jamie's
going down the inside of Dorsey Schrader. And Dorsey Schrader slams the door on Tommy Kendall. Tommy Kendall trying to go around the outside of turn 2. This is going to be difficult.
Oh, I just cannot quite do it. Very, very close battle. This is maybe the most impressive performance I have ever seen out of Jamie Gallus today.
Well, he's certainly driving very, very nicely this afternoon. And see, again, through those S's, the Chevrolet significantly outpacing the Ford as they come down through those S's round turn 5. And look at this, Ron Fellows already up to turn 6. Huge gap between him and 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which we're looking at now.
Now, ideally, wouldn't Ron like to just be able to hold that? Here's a replay, David.
Coming off turn 12 there. Dorsey Schrader coming down to the front straightaway. Jamie Gallus drafts him into turn 1, gets himself on the inside. Again, Dorsey Schrader has to give best. Slight damp there. And Tommy Kendall's just right behind him. Thought he might follow through, but that didn't work.
I have been so impressed all year long with the stability shown by the two Buzz McCall cars. They are excellent. Now, if Chevrolet do win this race today, this will clinch the manufacturer's title. It is all over, so they will have the bragging rights for 1st and 2nd, of course. So very important that they try and maintain these positions. Ford understand this, believe me, they're well aware of it, and I'm sure that both the Roush and Tom Gloy teams have been advised of this, so very important bragging rights. We'll take a look at the top 10 here. Ron Fellows continuing to lead, driving that beautiful Buzz McCall car. His own teammate, the perfect position. Jamie Gallus running the number 2 Camaro in 2nd. Dorsey Schrader, Ray Vestas Mustang running in 3rd, the Tom Gloy stable. Then Roush with Tom Kendall, and back into Scott Sharp, I should say, is back in 5th place now. A lot more racing coming our way, so don't go away as the rains just start to fall once again.
The world's most gifted athletes will test their mettle next summer at the 1996 Olympic Games. And you can be part of it. Don't miss your opportunity to witness history, as men's and women's Olympic soccer champions will be decided at Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. For ticket information, call 1-404-744-1996.
The good life only begins at Life College.
When I grow up, I want to be a chiropractor just like you.
Good idea.
I'm proud to be a Life College graduate.
I have a great practice.
Helping people is what Life College is all about. Let us help you make the most out of your life.
Hey, one oil says it's got special molecules. Another says it's for little engines. One even makes it sound like oil can think. Come on. What's the square root of 4? See, I use Kendall oil because it lets my engine do the talking. So next time you change oil, be smart. Use Kendall. Win a 95 Pontiac Grand Prix and other cool stuff. Get a scratch and win game card when you have your oil changed at a participating Kendall dealer. Kendall Motor Oil. Hey man, buy it.
Long we have talked about threatening skies, and today the threat is coming true. It is raining a little heavier here at Road Atlanta. You can see there's a haze now. Ron Fellows occasionally flicking on that wiper. Here is the gamble that Chris McClure talked about earlier with Danny Banks. Look at the spray
coming up there off those slick tires under the bridge. Very slippery here. Woo, he slides down. Is he going to come? No. Going to stay out.
I think this is the important thing right now, that these cars do stay out.
Well, second place. It's going to be a brave man that decides to break off first. As you can see now, lots of people have got their wipers going. Maybe a help, maybe not. Jamie Gallus twitching as he goes into turn 1 there. Now then, the shower is sweeping across the circuit, so it's going to be different. You can see it there across the air. It's going to be wetter in some places than others.
And this is it's a huge gamble at this point because they don't know whether to do a tire change or not. Let's get down to Chris McClure.
Well, no one's come in for a tire change, but this is from Darcy Schrader's car. It might be in a little while. The crew getting out the rain tires. Rick, is he saying anything? Is the track going away dramatically?
He just said the track's getting a little slick, and we're just going to wait till see if they throw a red flag. We're not going to come in unless they do. Running real well right now, so I'd like to stay there.
What if the leaders were to come in? Would you follow them at that point, and if they made the decision first?
I think we'd still hold out for red flag. You know, just have to wait and see on that one.
Okay, mind games, tactics being played out in the pits right now, but the track's going away. It's raining harder, guys.
David, what would you do?
Well, apart from the fact, the old heartbeat right up in the mouth, I guess you just have to play it by the rules. Ooh, look at that spray now. I mean, this is going to get difficult.
Yeah, and that
once you start showing that much spray with slick tires, it's getting really slick.
Right at the end of the straight, too. That is the high-speed area here at Road Atlanta. Again, up over the crest and delicate throttle application down through this section. You can see Dorsey does appear to be closing up a little bit on Jamie Gallus. Yellow flag coming out. It is being shown. Let's get down to Chris again.
It's interesting to note, I think, at this point with the track going away, 1993, Scott Sharp started on the pole in the wet twice and won, and he did it on slicks all the way. He never did come in, even if the opportunity presented itself, to go to rain tires. That's the kind of risk some folks will take. It's a tough call.
No, you know, and I think I tend to go that way. It's very easy to say that sitting up in the relative security and safety of the broadcast booth. But the problem is, if you do make a pit stop, as we're watching 65, that's Tony Ave coming in. If you do make a pit stop, it takes so long to do the tire change. And then if the track dries out again, oh, you're dead in the water.
But I also don't like the way that we have to wait for the red flag these days. I think it should be entirely up to the driver. And if he wants to come in and change tires and gets it wrong, just too bad. And if he gets it right, good for him, you know. This declaring races wet or dry and then stopping the race so that everybody can come in and change their tires. I don't see the real logic behind that.
No, I am in agreement with you on that. I think it puts more of the challenge to the driver where ultimately it should be. Ron Fellows is our leader right now ahead of his own teammate Jamie Gallus. The two Chevrolet Camaros setting up front in a very nice position.
And as you can see, it's very wet along that straight. That's where the real wet is at the moment. Jamie Gallus right behind Ron Fellows there. So this will be playing into the hands slightly of the Fords. They can catch up under this caution period.
We'll take a look at standings. Chevrolet, of course, 1 and 2. Dorsey, Schrader, Tom Kendall, Boris Said now up to 5th place, all driving for Ford. Dorsey and Boris, both from Tom Gloy. Scott Sharp, who is our pole sitter, back to 6th, but still hanging on. Then Paul Gentilozzi and Price Cobb with Rocket Sports. Brian Semo, the Valvoline car. Bill Saunders is back in 10th, so he is still holding good position. 11th through 15th looks like this. Brian Till, Tim McAdam, young Rob Rizzo, who's doing a good job for Roush this year, John Gooding, and Dale Fallon. We'll take this break for a few minutes of important messages and then be back